What is self-improvement? Well, if you're asking yourself or starting to ask yourself this question, it must be because you're starting to think about your development and your growth in your career and in life. This video is going to explain exactly what self-improvement is all about, and also, which is even better, how you can get started today. My definition of self-improvement is it's all about creating a lifelong learning journey so you become a better you and have more opportunities. And I think it's really quite important that, and it's a good starting point, because there should be no barriers to your career and your lifestyle of what you want to do and how you want to live it and which direction you want to go. A lot of young adults say to me, what should I do? I say, well, what do you enjoy? What do you enjoy? There's so many different opportunities. We just sometimes need to sit down and be a little bit creative with them. Developing your self-improvement definitely help you to enjoy yourself more. It's all about learning lots. As I said, it's creating a lifelong learning journey. So it's about constantly learning. And I was always inspired by my auntie, who unfortunately died a few years ago, but she had a big impact on me. And the best way to describe her is with this just one very simple story. At the age of 91, we bought her an iPad so she could communicate with her son and his family in Australia. But at 91, hey, there's no barriers. It was the first time she'd ever looked at a computer. So yeah, what's stopping us from continuous learning? Self-improvement, this will also help you to be more successful. Hey, I left school with one qualification. It wasn't that I was naughty or bad at school, I just didn't get it. Whilst I was not very good at being academic, I've always been very good at learning. And yeah, learning from new experiences and trying new things. And that's helped me to be successful, which is nice. Self-improvement will help you to do more things you like and find interesting. Now, can you imagine going to your retirement party in goodness knows how many years' time and looking back and reflecting and thinking, gosh, I'm glad I spent all those years doing jobs that I really didn't enjoy. What a dreadful waste. If you're feeling the wrong job now, do something about it. Develop your self-improvement, work on it, and we can help you on that journey. And also to create a lifestyle that you want. Sometimes, and we're all guilty of this, aren't we? We know friends and family and people that we know, and we think, they've got everything. They've got this and they've got that, and they've done really well for themselves, and it's all right for some. Well, perhaps they organised it that way. There's a thought. And developing your self-improvement also helps you to be employable. So people want to employ you and you stay relevant and valued for the rest of your working career. And I think that is essential in a very fast-moving world. Okay, there's loads of opportunities, but we've got to be on it so people want to employ us. So we've got to have good skills, good competencies, good experiences, and great attitudes and bundles of enthusiasm. I also call this future-proofing yourself. Future-proofing yourself is all about staying relevant and valuable, as I say, for the rest of your career, but enjoying the journey as you go along. So it's a journey, but you have to remember there's only one person that can work it out for you. Yes, you've got it, yourself. Yeah, we all need a bit of help along the way, but we can help you with that. Hopefully that's answered what self-improvement is about. It's about developing that lifelong learning journey so you can enjoy yourself more and you can be a better you. Let's look at how to achieve it. So you may want to sort of have a bit of a think about this and get a notepad and a pencil and just start making some notes. Or you might want to rewind this a couple of times because I'm going to ask you some questions that I want you to really start thinking about. I think a really good question to start off with is to ask yourself, what have you learned about yourself and what's gone well for you recently? What have you learned about yourself and what's gone well for you recently? So if you can answer these questions, write them in a notebook. I always use the back of my notebooks for my ideas. So create a page at the back of your notebook and answer this question. What's gone well and what have you learned about yourself? And keep adding to it. Even if you've had a bad week, a bad month, you must have learned something. You must have experienced new situations that you've had to deal with, because then there comes a time when you can look back on them and think, yeah, look, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that. I've got these new experiences. That's gone well. Hey, life isn't so bad. And it's a great way for developing your self-esteem and confidence. If you can do that, you're already on your self-improvement journey. to future-proof yourself? For some of us, we may find those questions a little bit difficult, might get stuck. So I've got some ideas now to help you to get started if you're feeling a bit stuck with those first two questions. The first one is, and I've already mentioned it, get a notebook. And how I do that is literally turn off all the devices. Yes, turn off all your devices and your phone. Don't do it on a digital device, this exercise, because you're only going to get halfway through it and you got into really good concentration. Phone's going to ping and then you start looking at something on social media and then half an hour later you think, what was it I was doing? So yeah, really important. Another great idea is try and read a chapter of a book. This is the current book that I'm doing, Intentional Mastery by William Burst. This is another good book that I've particularly enjoyed recently by Jake Humphrey, High Performance. Plus also, I've got my own book, which is nicely advertised here as well, How to Future-Proof Yourself. Just read a chapter every day or once every 2 days. Surely you can fit that in. And also, try and watch 3 educational videos every couple of days. Now, obviously, you're watching one now, which is great. So there again, you're starting to constantly learn. Write a list of interesting people that you like talking to. Not just about gossip, but, they've got something to talk about. And they are quite interesting, especially in terms of your work and your career. Ask to go and have a catch up with them. Go and have a coffee. And you'll be surprised at the response. They'll be delighted that you've got some really good questions, and make sure you've got some really good questions to ask them about how they got into their career, how they decided that was important for them, what they think of their futures and how they're self-managing their self-improvement. And then this generates ideas for you to start thinking, I need to be doing some of this. Do list also opportunities to come outside your comfort zone or take on something new and challenging. Don't do the same old thing time and time again. Go to different places, even travelling just locally, going to a city and walk around, going to the countryside and walk around. That's in life, but also at work. Put your hand up for new projects, get involved in new areas, take on new responsibilities, because you're only going to do one thing, learn. So start to think about, developing your experiences and your responsibilities that you can take on. Also, to think about is, what are you good at and what do you enjoy? And I think that's a really good question to put at the back of your notebook. Then you can ask yourself the question, am I doing that on enough regular basis? And think about the work that you do and the work that you want to do in the future. What skills and competencies and experiences will you need to do whatever you want to do? There again, go and have conversations with people you trust and have those conversations, because they'll come up with stuff and you think, I need to go and learn that. I need to go and improve with that. I realise you're just getting started on your whole journey of self-improvement and creating that lifelong learning journey. If you're ready to explore the next steps, please do have a look at the link below, and it's the 7 steps to future-proof yourself. Totally free, because if you don't do it for you, who's going to do it for you? There's no them and they in this. It's down to you. So join me on your self-improvement journey and we can future-proof ourselves together. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.